Metaprograms. Recognizing, predicting, motivating, and influencing a person's thinking and behavior. Metaprograms are language patterns which reveal vital information about how a person operates in the world. I'm Roger Bailey, and if you learned NLP metaprograms and were taught questions to elicit those patterns, I probably developed those questions. When I first learned about these language and behavior patterns in '79, I was delighted that there could be a key or a code book for understanding why people act the way they do. But when I learned those initial 6 patterns, no questions were taught that would cause the person to reveal their patterns. I was simply told to ask a lot of questions, and over time, I would start recognizing the patterns in their responses. At that time, I was a real techie guy at IBM with 15 years in electronics and computer and hardware and software, and I was used to diagnosing the current state of an electronic machine, a computer, by pushing a button and seeing which lights were on and which lights were off. I wanted the same way of recognizing and understanding how a person's brain worked. So I spent the next 18 months developing questions which revealed those patterns, and some more patterns I found along the way. This took a lot of time and took asking lots of people lots of questions. In the early 80s, my questions and metaprogram definitions were widely accepted and taught. At that time, it was called the IPU profile. But those questions and the recognition of a person's language and behavior, their lab patterns, is simply the first step in solving management, communications, and performance problems. When we know a person's lab patterns, we know the functional architecture of that person's brain. We know how they think. We know what motivates them. We know what turns them off. We know their natural patterns of behavior and performance. You probably already know how effective lab is in giving you an advantage in managing and supervising, coaching, selling, and many other aspects of communications and influence. When you know these patterns, you can turn unpredictable into predictable and manageable. When you really know who is there, you know how to present your information so that your audience is motivated to accept it. Since 1980, I've used this approach in my consulting work with many companies, organizations, banks, government agencies throughout the Americas and Europe. And since 1980, many authors have featured or based their entire books on my profiling approach. Over these last 30 years, I have progressively reduced my teaching of the lab profile in public training programs because I've been busy with consulting assignments. And in my consulting work, I have been tweaking existing lab patterns and finding new ones which broaden and enhance our ability to recognize, understand, predict, motivate, and influence others. And so now I'm announcing the launch of the latest version in my profiling approach, Lab Profile 2.0. Lab 2.0 has new patterns, and many of the old patterns are more refined. They've been tweaked. I want more people to benefit from the incredible ease and precision of Lab 2.0 in identifying who's there and knowing what to do about it. I want to focus more of my training on all aspects of teaching and coaching and consulting based on these patterns. I'm launching this now because I'm in my 70s, and who knows how much longer I'll be ready, willing, and able to present it in a public teaching and coaching format. If you want to learn more about my Lab Profile 2.0 program, just complete the form below and I'll send you info and some free lessons to get you started.